Yakima County facing a $50 million tort claim in a jail death. The forensic pathologist who conducted the autopsy explains how it went from accidental to natural to now negligent homicide. That's coming up.
Also, an apartment fire breaks out in West Richland, what firefighters are saying tonight. And within the hour...
I'm Dan Hansen.
And I'm Josh Colbreth.
We're out here at the Tiger Creek fire to see just how things are going.
Also, we talked with the Forest Service. This started as a prescribed burn. It's now a wildfire, so we'll talk about the ins and outs of that coming up.
And a beautiful evening so far, but on the cool side, we're going to stay cool again tomorrow. I'll tell you when we could see our next chance of rain coming up.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
Here we go on this Thursday evening. Thank you for joining us for our news at 6. I'm Austin Reed. First up, a man having a mental health crisis died in the Yakima County Jail last fall. The cause of death, heart failure. But Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us the manner of death has shifted from accidental to natural causes and now negligent homicide.
Forensic pathologist Jeffrey Reynolds says he was told that the man was in a brief struggle with corrections officers moments before his death. He says to him that meant 1 or 2 minutes, but he says that's not what he saw when he watched the video months later.
We're speculating now, but the fact, all you can say is the fact are that none of the things you see, any individual things inflicted upon him during that struggle, it killed him. The combination of 9 minutes worth of struggle killed him.
The family of 41-year-old Hien Hua has filed a $50 million tort claim against Yakima County, claiming the jail attempted to cover up the fact that Hua was pepper sprayed, hog-tied in chains, beaten by corrections officers, and shoved face down onto the floor prior to his death. Reynolds says the cause of death, what Hua died from, which he says is heart failure, never changed.
The autopsy would have been exactly the same. I didn't see anything in the video that made me wish I'd looked somewhere else, because we looked everywhere, basically.
But the manner of death, how his death came about, did change. In the preliminary autopsy report, Reynolds had the manner as accidental, a death other than natural where there is no evidence of intent. The finding based on external and internal examinations, and Reynolds being told the man had been in a brief struggle.
In this particular case, there was no evidence of any significant trauma, strangulation, suffocation, that sort of thing. So nobody beat him to death or anything like that.
But then he got more information.
When I got the microscopic examination back and saw how terrible his heart was, and also that his lungs had been accumulating fluid for at least hours, if not a day, before he died. And that usually happens when people are going to what's called congestive heart failure.
His opinion changed to natural, a death caused solely by disease. But months later, a reporter contacted him about the video.
And I go, what video? I've never seen any video. And he said, well, maybe you need to look at that. He sent me a copy of the video, and I watched the video, called him back up, and I said, no, a new report will be issued within 24 hours.
According to the claim, Hua was placed in general population despite being in a mental health crisis. And when other inmates told the jail Hua was at risk, they went in to get him.
They walk in, and the first thing you see is this guy just panicked.
The claim says Hua was backing away from correctional officers when he was pepper sprayed, tackled, hog-tied in chains, beaten, and shoved face down onto the floor.
If he had collapsed in the first 2 minutes, you could call that an accident, or you can call it natural.
Reynolds says he still could have classified it as accidental, but says he felt it crossed a line.
Somewhere in there, in the heat of the moment, which makes it difficult, you have to realize that this is not going to end well. And stop and go, okay, we need to rethink this. Unfortunately, once they were launched on their course of action, they continued that course of action no matter how badly it went. And yeah, so somewhere along there it attains the level of homicide and negligent because none of it's intentional.
Reynolds' revised recommendation based on the video, negligent homicide. But he says Yakima County Coroner Jim Curtis, who makes the final decision and signs death certificates, didn't agree.
Do you know if he watched the video?
Yes, he did.
And after watching the video, Did he say why he wasn't going to change it?
No, he just said he wasn't going to. He was going to leave it as he would change it to accident, but he wasn't going to put it out as negligent homicide. And I said, that's your call, which it is.
The claim argues the jail intentionally misled Reynolds by telling him it was a brief struggle.
Do you believe that kind of, the language being minimized in this case when it was presented to you, that was purposeful or intentional?
No. The point is, if I'm working in a jail, this may be, among healthy people, this may be a pretty normal event. I know in maximum security prisons, when they escort one person someplace, even if he's voluntary, there's 3 guys with him. It's never just one. And I know in the county jail it's 2. So, I mean, that's the only safety they've got because nobody's carrying weapons. So yeah, it's probably not extraordinary for them to have to struggle with somebody. And they're probably used to, young, healthy people. And this guy's older, and it turns out his heart's not healthy. His heart's a lot older than he is, let's put it that way. And it basically fails during the struggle.
But Reynolds says changes need to be made.
When you saw the fact that this guy's backing up against things going, no, that kind of thing, and really irrational, that's when you stop. It's a no-win scenario. Unfortunately, if you do nothing, it's also a no-win scenario because the people in the cell have already told you they're going to beat him up, and that would have killed him. So yeah, it's what's available for a fallback. More needs to be available. Is what it means, or this will just happen again.
Reynolds says after this case, he'll be watching any video available on future cases before he makes a final report. Reporting from the Yakima newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Other news tonight, a fire broke out at Quail Springs Apartments in West Richland this afternoon. Apple Valley News Now was there. Fire officials say no one was home at the time of the fire and no injuries were reported. The residents will be displaced due to water from the fire sprinklers and smoke damage in the apartment unit. At this time, fire officials are still investigating the cause of the blaze. Well, we have been experiencing very cold overnight lows. Daytime temperatures have been hanging out in the 60s. So let's check in now with our First Alert forecaster, Stacy Lee, with a first look at our forecast as we are celebrating Friday Eve.
Friday Eve, there we are, Austin. And yeah, it was chilly this morning, 30s in most of our area, upper 30s and low 40s. 63 right now, though, in Yakima on the Atanum Ridge Tower Cam, looking down into Yakima. Beautiful evening so far, and looks fairly clear out there, but we're going to see those clouds start to increase overnight tonight. We're looking for a little bit of an overcast day tomorrow. Temperatures elsewhere around the area, everybody's sitting in the 60s with the exception of the Dalles at 70, but yeah, just a pleasant, nice, cool evening out there. A quick sneak peek of your weekend. Get ready for some beautiful weather on Saturday and Sunday in Yakima as well, the Tri-Cities, the mid-70s. I'm thinking I'm not quite ready to put the boat up for the summer just yet. Walla Walla also sitting in the 70s, 75 on Sunday looks pretty good. Same thing in Hermiston, we'll see 75 degrees. So to recap, we have increasing clouds that are going to be coming in tonight. It'll be mostly cloudy and partly sunny in some areas tomorrow. Cool temperatures remain. Get ready for that beautiful weekend. And we're looking at some rain potentially next week. I'll tell you when and how much we think we're going to get. That's coming up. Austin?
All right, Stacey. Now to more local news. New tonight, we have new drone footage from the College Place Police Department. Take a look. Overnight, their drone team helped find 2 suspects involved in a vehicle pursuit out of Oregon. Police say 2 suspects fled from Milton Freewater Police after an attempted traffic stop. The suspects were pursued into Washington, where they crashed into a field on State Line Road near Powerline. One suspect gave up and was arrested. The other individual ran away, but was later spotted by the drone, lying down and hiding in a nearby field, and he was then taken into custody. Police say drones continue to be a huge asset. Well, from a chicken coop in the 50s, transformed into a mechanical facility, then a duplex in the 80s, then city office spaces, and finally a police department in 2017. The College Place Police Department is looking to upgrade its facility with the help of a bond that will be on the ballot this November for voters. Apple Valley News Now's Riley Fitzgerald takes us inside the failing police department building.
College Place Police Chief Troy Tamaris explains it's more than just cosmetic changes or a morale boost needed at the police department.
We're just in desperate need of a different facility. Our facility is not ADA compliant. We do not have the proper interview rooms and things that allow us to do our jobs adequately. So to better serve our community, we need a new facility.
Among the issues, the floor starting to rot and fail, a plant growing in the police chief's office, but he keeps a good sense of humor about the situation, hoping to see how it grows until they get to move out. The site of the new police department, if the bond passes, is set to be built next to the College Place Middle School and High School on College Place Ave and Cedar Bend Drive. Chief Tamaris explains that there is a school resource officer at the school, but having the police department right next door will be an added security feature.
So based off of a $450,000 home, it's about annually $378 a year. That's the worst case scenario, of course, with new houses being built and businesses coming in, that is reduced.
The total project cost, $14,015,000.
And we do have some exciting news. Our city administrator secured a federal earmark to help bring the price of that down, but we haven't received that money until the bond is passed, so we can't count that towards the bond, but it's a $5 million earmark that we're really excited that'll bring the price down.
Planning out a project like this to accommodate for the growth of the city and police department 50 years in the future is not a small endeavor.
We know that it's a big ask, and we respect that. And if we didn't feel desperate to move forward on this, we wouldn't. But it's something that the city and the city council and the mayor have decided that we need to move forward on.
If passed, the department could move into the 19,000 square foot facility as soon as November 2026. In College Place, Riley Fitzgerald, Apple Valley News Now.
Proposition 1 on the ballot this November for College Place voters includes the $14 million police department construction and a commitment from the community. Apple Valley News Now, live at 6, is just getting started. Still ahead, the Pitbull Pen in Benton City needs your help. We'll explain. Plus,
and it was coming right up here. We saw transformers blowing up over there.
More deaths are being reported after Hurricane Milton pounds Florida. And Stacy returns with your full First Alert weather forecast. We're back after this.
First, record inflation slammed middle-class families.
Now, Jared Sessler backs a 30% sales tax on everything you buy.
Everything.
And Sessler wants taxes and fees to make meat and sugar more expensive.
I could never vote for Jared Sessler.
He wants to decide what we should eat.
That hurts our farmers and our families. Jared Sessler's sales tax and fees.
More expensive for you.
And unacceptable for Central Washington.
I'm Dan Newhouse, and I approve this message.
Sometimes life is a funny way of turning sideways. Like when your kid decides they're a professional stylist the morning of picture day.
Here we go.
Or when your to-do list isn't quite done.
You went to Rite Aid, right?
Or when you're sure you packed everything you need, but you actually need one more thing.
We forgot our prescriptions. We got you. Are we happy?
We are happy. Find everything you need?
Yep. Yeah, life never really goes the way you plan, but that's why we're here. It means more at Rite Aid.
Our hometown. It's more than the regions we live in or the roads we drive on. It's a camaraderie, a belonging. It's working together to be a part of something bigger. All October long, bring a non-perishable food donation to McCurley dealerships or find a specially packed food donation bag at any local Yolks Fresh market. You are driving change in our community. That's what makes home, home.
From all of us at McCurley Subaru, thank you for helping us give back. Discover the future of driving with McCurley Chevrolet's new electric vehicle lineup. These cutting-edge electric vehicles offer efficiency, style, and performance. Plus, take advantage of incredible savings. Receive $7,500 in federal tax credits, and Washington drivers can get up to $9,000 in instant rebates with the 2024 Electric Vehicle Program. Eligibility rules apply. Don't miss out on this opportunity to go green and save big with an electric vehicle from McCurley Chevrolet. McCurley dealerships, your way home.
If your group or organization would like to receive job postings, contact our Human Resources Department, 509-735-8369 to request notices.
Apple Valley News Now open positions can be viewed on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com.
Welcome to the Walla Walla Airport, where you'll experience enhanced convenience. Your gateway to adventure has expanded its security checkpoint and upgraded the departure area for your comfort. With free parking and daily Alaska Airline flights to Seattle, your travel plans are easier than ever. Whether you're off to relax or to explore, start your journey smoothly with our improved facilities. Create unforgettable memories today. Book now at alaskaair.com. Your next adventure is just a flight away at Walla Walla Regional Airport, where parking is always free.
I saw the chrome bumper right in front of me, and then that's all I remember.
Willie was hit by a dump truck at full speed, and it's been a long recovery.
I decided that I wanted a professional to take care of it, just from the get-go. The companies just try to, drain you.
The truck's insurance company fought us, but I hit them at full speed, and Willie won.
Mariano took care of everything. Don't go with the first guy that sells you unicorns and rainbows. Go with Mariano.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Thanks for staying with us. Happening now and until 9 this evening, Costa Vida is hosting a fundraising event to help support the Pitbull Pen. The pen has been a beacon of hope for many dogs in need, but could be closing due to financial reasons. All Costa Vida locations in Washington state will be participating. 20% of the evening's sales will be donated directly to the Pitbull Pen. Adoptable dogs will also be available at some of the locations. Well, the death toll is now at 14 as Hurricane Milton slammed over Florida overnight with winds reaching 180 miles per hour, making it the strongest hurricane ever so late in the season in the Gulf of Mexico. Lee Waldman has the latest.
Not far from where Hurricane Milton made landfall here in Sarasota, the damage is obvious. A tree quite literally ripped from its roots, landing on top of this church, significantly damaging the roof here. That's the same story repeated in this neighborhood surrounding this church and across the Sarasota community, just showing the power of this storm.
This is the first time we've seen it this bad.
While all eyes were on Hurricane Milton's monstrous anticipated storm surge,
you could feel that tornado coming through.
A wave of fast-spawning tornadoes added to the storm's destructive impact in several cities.
We always prepare for the hurricanes. There's no way we could have predicted this type of tornadic activity.
At one point in St. Lucie County, 3 twisters hit the ground in less than 25 minutes, according to analysis of National Weather Service data. Those tornadoes are blamed for several fatalities, a number that could rise as search crews continue to assess and clear damaged structures. Daylight hours Thursday are bringing the full scope of Milton's damage into focus. Some areas outside of the evacuation zones were not immune to the storm's fury.
We had people that evacuated here to make sure they were safe. These are people that live day to day, and they have nothing.
Some roads are still dangerous due to flooding, debris, and potential downlines. Do not risk it.
Milton's storm surge, though less than expected, still landed a powerful punch, with some areas seeing a surge of more than 5 feet over normal high tides. St. Petersburg experienced a once in 1,000-year rainfall, and Naples hitting their second highest watermark on record. Water rescue teams were busy overnight and throughout the day. As Milton moves out to sea off Florida's east coast, it leaves a storm-exhausted but optimistic state behind.
There's a lot of cleanup ahead of us, but we've done this before and we're going to do it again.
In Sarasota, Florida, I'm Lee Waldman reporting.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And happy Friday Eve to you. Beautiful day on the cooler side. Definitely needed a coat this morning, but this afternoon was just lovely in my personal opinion. 60 degrees, Apple Valley Skycam looking into Kennewick this evening. Traffic looks good. Winds are light at 8 miles per hour. Our sunset at 6:18. And so, yes, we're losing 2 minutes of daylight each day all the way till the winter solstice. Not a lot going on weather-wise, but clouds, look at where they're landing, right over the Tri-Cities. Unfortunately, that could impede our view tonight of those northern lights, which could be visible. There's another solar flare or storm going on, which could make those lights visible. Now, what I was thinking as I'm showing you the cloud cover coming in and a little bit cloudy through most of the day Friday with sun peaks later in the afternoon is that if you head up north, maybe up to Connell or maybe a little further north tonight, out where there's no light pollution, you might be able to grab some great photographs of the northern lights or just check them out. But yes, visible through the area once again tonight. And the other night was amazing. You didn't have to leave town. They were right there. You just generally have to point your camera up. Your eyes, naked eyes, cannot just see them. The camera lens can see them though. Warm air moving east, cool air staying here. And again, we stay nice and cool for tomorrow. Now, if you're one of those folks that travel down to the south for the winter, they still have relatively high temperatures. In fact, record-breaking heat from Vegas down to Phoenix right now. So maybe just stay here for a little bit longer. Temperature trend again 60s. We climb up into the 70s over the next couple of days and then eventually heading back down into the 60s. Tonight, grab your coat. It's going to be chilly again. We see 30s and 40s. 39 tonight, Sunnyside and Toppenish. 41 in Yakima. 36 in Ellensburg, a little bit cold there tonight. Around the Columbia Basin, we'll see temperatures mainly in the 40s. Foothills of the Blues, the cold spot Pendleton at 40, 44 for Walla Walla. For tomorrow, we're going to see mostly sunny skies, but we're going to have some cloudy areas. Some of us will be kind of socked in with the clouds, but overall not bad. And maybe a little bit of smoke and haze out here due to that fire we've been talking about just outside of the Walla Walla area. If you're hitting the road, it's going to be a pleasant evening for a weekend for a road trip. Going to be beautiful in the mountains. Go hike those mountains before the snow starts flying. Nice coast on the Saturday, but then we'll see clouds rolling in with a chance of showers out on the coast for Sunday. Seattle, nice and mild with temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Going to be very nice in Portland, mid 70s there. Overnight lows in the 50s and actually very warm, well above the average in the Spokane area this weekend with temperatures hitting close to 80 degrees. Here's what it looks like on that 7-day planning forecast. Get ready for a great weekend. Indigenous Peoples Day is on Monday, 76 in Yakima. Looking pretty good in Ellensburg with a beautiful weekend. As I said, if you get close to the hills, there's some great hikes right outside of Ellensburg you might want to check out this weekend. And then those showers start to move in by midweek. Now, right now we're tracking it at around 30%. Probably won't see a lot of water out of that. More of the moisture will remain in the Cascades. So this would be a great weekend to take advantage of the mountains over the weekend. 70s in Walla Walla. Beautiful Monday. Look at that, 77 degrees. And in Hermiston this weekend, very, very nice. And once again, those showers. And as those temperatures start to drop Wednesday and Thursday, Austin, they may not come back up. Yeah. But I've been wrong so far. I thought we were done with 80 degrees, but
you just never know.
There you have it.
All right. Thank you so much, Stacey. Still ahead, we are talking about a boost in Social Security. Stay with us for that. It's next.
The 4-day holiday clearance is on now at Walker's.
Take advantage of special pricing on quality furniture throughout the store. Or say yes to no interest, no minimum purchase, and no money down financing.
Today through Monday at Walker's.
Apples are the pride of Washington's agricultural economy. When India put on the retaliatory tariff, we were basically dead in the market. Thanks to Maria Cantwell stepping in and getting that tariff removed, we're up to 2 million boxes and we're climbing steadily. It's a huge difference for the industry. Maria Cantwell is effective because she works with both parties to get things done for our industry.
I'm Maria Cantwell, and I approve this message because I'll keep taking on powerful interests to get things done.
Thank you for making Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest and ABC's Good Morning America the most watched morning news on local TV.
Now that's good.
What's new, what's now, and what's next, plus first alert weather every 10 minutes. Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Women, were you exposed to dactyl while you were pregnant? Infant birth defects are caused by this toxic weed killer used in farming, landscaping, and gardening. As a result, the EPA has asked agricultural workers to stop using dactyl, also known as DCPA. If you or your child was injured by dactyl, protect your rights for compensation. Call Weitz and Luxembourg today at 917-LAWYERS to learn more. That's 917-LAWYERS.
Life's too short to put up with a bad bank. You have a life, places to go, people to see, and things to get done. You don't have time for banks or credit unions that don't care. You deserve better. At Yakima Federal Savings and Loan, we've served Central Washington and the Columbia Basin since 1905 with 10 branches, face-to-face service, and a 5-star app when you're on the go. So go have fun. Do what makes you happy. Life's too short to put up with anything less. Bank better with Yakima Federal.
Jared Sessler is Mr. 30%. Sessler wants a 30% national sales tax on everything. New house? Under Sessler's plan, you pay 30% more. New car? 30% more. Bacon, eggs, milk? 30%. Healthcare, gas, electric, cell phone bills? You pay 30% more. Jared Sessler, Mr. 30%. Is there anything he won't tax? National Interest Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
She was lured to your apartment.
Judy is back in the courtroom with all new cases and only on Apple Valley News Now.
And I'm just getting started.
Judy Justice.
In front of millions of people.
Weekdays at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
The 4-day mattress clearance is on now at Walker's.
Save big on Beauty Rest and Serta sets. Or grab the hot clearance deals and say yes to no money down, no minimum purchase, and no interest financing.
Today through Monday at Walker's.
Back now with an important national headline for you. Social Security recipients will see their monthly payments inch up by only 2.5% next year. But it's something. The steady decline in inflation limits the annual cost of living adjustment, according to the Social Security Administration. Big picture. For nearly 68 million retirees, monthly payments will go up by about $50 to a little under $2,000. This starts in January. The new payments will feel like a small adjustment compared to the 8.7% adjustment back in 2023. We have much more local news ahead at 6:30. Plus, what are you tracking weather-wise?
We're tracking cool temperatures tonight, but a nice weekend ahead. I'll tell you how nice it's going to be when we come back.
Aren't you just a spoonful of sugar?
Young Sheldon, tonight at 11:05. Apple Valley News Now.
When it comes to legal matters, you need someone you can trust. At Morphine Law Firm, we are sincerely grateful for the last 5 years of trust and support you've given our firm. Your trust and support have been a major driving force behind our mission for justice. We offer free consultations, and we may not always tell you what you want to hear, but we try to steer you in the right direction. We appreciate your continued trust and confidence in Morphine Law Firm.
I've been with U.S. Cellular for 27 years. They've always taken care of me. But when they asked me to talk to you about their special customer event, Us Days, I said, I gotta get in shape. So they sent me this Hollywood trainer. Oh, this guy's no joke. Us Days means exclusive deals just for us customers.
Now let's try burpees.
Us Days is back at U.S. Cellular. Current customers get $1,200 off any phone, plus $400 off any tablet.
Fall into $140,000 in cash and prizes this autumn at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. We're giving away up to $13,000 in cash and prizes every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Then fall into $10,000 cash during the semi-grand prize drawing on Saturday, October 26th. Keep playing in November for your chance to drive away in a brand new Kia Telluride on November 23rd. Jumpstart your fall at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. More winners, more often.
I had surgery as a child that I barely remember, but decades later, the insurance company called that a pre-existing condition and denied me long-term care insurance. Washington State created a long-term care benefit to help millions of people like me afford the care we need. But I-2124 will take that benefit away, leaving millions with no way to get or afford long-term care. If it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody. That's why we all have to vote no on I-2124.
Right now at Les Schwab, it's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Because nobody stands by their tires like we do. It's a better deal on better tires with the best service in the business. Get more from Les.
The Walker's 4-day clearance sale is going on now, where you can enjoy store-wide discounts while they last, with clearance deals up to 70% off.
Or you can pay over time with 0% interest until 2029, with no down payment and no minimum purchase.
Get that new furniture you've been wanting and save big at the 4-day clearance sale.
Going on now at Walker's.
She's in VPIP.
Heart rate dropping.
Charge cleared.
You're gonna be okay.
Dr. Odyssey is making a steamy splash.
Full steam ahead.
It's one hell of a ride, the perfect escape, and exactly what the doctor ordered.
Strap in.
Tonight.
Who's that?
The husband owns the cruise line.
My clients pay buku bucks and expect happy faces.
Unresponsive patient.
Do we have a contagion on our hands?
Dr. Odyssey, tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
I'm Monique Ledesma with Apple Valley News Now. Coming up tonight, find out how this topping out ceremony at Orion High School in Pasco is just the beginning for future Pasco High School students and helping them connect with their career paths in the future. All that and more coming up.
Plus, our Dan Hansen and Josh Colbreth take you inside the fire lines of the Tiger Creek Fire. All that and more right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
I'm ready for the weekend.
That's right.
We're getting close.
Our crew is busy today, from front lines of a fire to hard hats at a construction zone. So good job, guys. That's a tough day at work, I guess.
Sure is. And
my day's been pretty easy.
Pretty chill, right?
I'll be honest, because the weather has been pretty mild, as you guys know. Let's take a live look outside at our Legends Casino Skycam. Look at that. Beautiful. 60 degrees on the cool side. So, I grabbed a little coat this morning, but peeled it off later on today. Winds are light, 8 miles per hour, so just a lovely evening. We are going to start to see some more clouds moving into the area. Most of us in the 60s right now through the region. 62 right now in Pendleton. Quick sneak peek of the weekend. Gorgeous weather. A little overcast tomorrow, but still on the cool side, staying in the 60s. Look at the Tri-Cities. Going to be great this weekend. Walla Walla, lovely. 75 on Sunday. Maybe I'm going to take a road trip to Walla Walla on Sunday, I think. And gorgeous weather in Hermiston as well. Let's recap what's going on. We have increasing clouds tonight. Now there's a slight chance you could see the northern lights. Hopefully the clouds cooperate. Cloudy and cool for your Friday. A beautiful weekend ahead. And we're tracking some rain showers into next week. I'll tell you more coming up. Austin?
All right, Stacey, thank you. Now to our big story at 6:30. The Tiger Creek Fire continues to burn in Walla Walla County. But tonight, Apple Valley News Now goes behind the fire line to see what's really happening. Our Dan Hansen and Josh Colbreth teamed up and spent the day together there and brings us more in Fire Watch.
The Tiger Creek Fire, burning outside of Milton Freewater, started as a prescribed burn on Monday, September 30th. However, by Tuesday, October 1st, it was reclassified as a wildfire. The Forest Service tells us that prescribed burns take significant planning in order to ensure that proper parameters are met, including ample resources and weather that cooperates. This was the case heading into this particular burn until shifting winds changed the complexion of the situation.
And resources had difficulties containing the burn.
Collins told us that this is a rare occurrence, as over 98% of controlled burns go as planned. Even though there is always a degree of risk involved, these burns are necessary to protect natural resources into the future. So the Forest Service did say that there are lessons to be learned from this, but it's not going to come into full focus until they do their after-action review, which could take a little while. So that's going to be in the long term. In the short term, there's still a fire to be fought. So Dan, what can you tell us about that effort?
Well, I can tell you firefighters are still actively and aggressively battling this fire.
It's been a marathon season for the western U.S. specifically until the hurricane started.
Tom Clemmo, the incident commander for California Incident Management Team 15, says some of the firefighters battling the Tiger Creek Fire have been out on 9 separate incidents, working 2 weeks apiece with a few days of rest in between. His team makes sure to take care of each other.
Comfortable place to sleep, which we have here at the fairgrounds. It's a wonderful venue for that. Good hot meal when they wake up in the morning and when they get back from the line at night. Adequate hydration. We have folks that are available out on the line to help them at any given time.
Travis Editor, Operations Chief for the California Incident Operations Team 15, tells us with the combination of firefighters and favorable weather, they're making good progress.
Today we're at 571 acres, about 19% contained. I expect we'll see it shrink a little bit more tomorrow.
Commander Clemo tells us the community has been amazing in trying to take care of the firefighters. However, he says they're not in need of any supplies and couldn't be more thankful, but those supplies and help could be used elsewhere.
I know with the hurricanes in Florida, what's going on in Texas with the weather, what has happened in Florida last night, there are significant needs on that part of the country, and I think the efforts are best focused where the greatest need is, which right now appears to be, North Carolina and Florida specifically.
Josh Colbreth and Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you guys for that report. New tonight from the Hermiston Police Department and the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Bureau. Officials are offering up to a $10,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons responsible for an August 16th burglary of Ace Jewelry and Loan in Hermiston. Detectives say 29 firearms were taken. The crime happened around 3 a.m. Police say they think the firearms are most likely still in either Umatilla County or somewhere in the Tri-Cities area, and they consider this to be a danger to the public. Well, the U.S. Department of Justice's office has awarded over $350,000 to the city of Yakima in partnership with the Yakima YWCA to help combat domestic violence. The grant, coming from the Office on Violence Against Women, enhancing investigation and prosecutions initiatives. The money going to help to provide an additional victim advocate in the municipal prosecutor's office and to train officers and prosecutors to address biases related to domestic violence victims.
I am really thrilled that it's going to be another resource for victims who will be able to learn more about opportunities that are available to them to protect themselves and their families.
The funding will also go toward identifying high-risk DV cases for referral to the Domestic Violence High-Risk Team and providing additional resources for survivors. Now to an education alert. The Pasco School District is one step closer to completing its new state-of-the-art high school. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma reports how this new school is bringing new opportunities to Pasco High School students.
A topping off ceremony is when the final beam is placed to complete a building structure. To celebrate this monumental phase of the project, people got to sign the last beam. Apple Valley News Now and Good Morning Northwest were honored to leave a signature as well. Fowler General Construction and Pasco School District also planted a tree. Seth Johnson, the principal of Orion High School, says it is a collaborated effort approach to ensure a career and college academy to serve Pasco High School students.
Watching our team of engineers and general contractors and architects come together to build this building, to me, it really is an example of the work that we want to do here at Orion with our students and staff, where we want to create a highly collaborative opportunity for students.
Justin Schroeder, who is the superintendent for the high school project, says he's been part of 3 of the many topping off ceremonies that have been part of Pasco, but every time, he says, is just as exciting and a relief.
It's kind of like a breath of fresh air for me, because we have a lot of issues and there's a lot of coordination in this part of the project. So once this part's done, we can kind of all take a step back and breathe a little bit and get into not more fun work, but more of the show work.
Orion High School is set to be a choice high school similar to Delta High School. Students who are interested in enrolling will go through an application that is a lottery process to be able to get in. The high school is created to give students a foot into their future careers.
Orion's going to be a high school of careers, so I feel like with Tri-Tech and Kennewick, this can cater more to Pasco students, so I feel like it gives us a better opportunity just in our future, and I feel like it sets us up for better success.
I 100% believe, and the research backs it, that when students have the correct exposure and they have the right experience and they have the right skills, that sets them up for great success down the road.
Danica Reina, who is a school board representative for students and attends Tijuana High School, says although she's graduating this year, she is excited for future Pasco High School students to be able to be motivated to pursue a higher education with the addition of Orion High School.
Not only explore other careers, but you also get in depth of what classes you're taking, what you need to know. I feel like it does motivate students because it's also a brand new opportunity to do our district. So I feel like a lot of students are going to be excited to even get to go here.
Orion High School is set to be done and open by next fall 2025 and serve only a freshman class starting off and have 24 different classrooms. Reporting in Pasco, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Monique, thank you very much. We have a quick consumer alert for you. Ready-to-eat meat producer Bruce Pack has recalled nearly 10 million pounds of meat and poultry products. The U.S. Department of Agriculture says routine testing found Listeria bacteria in the food. The affected products were shipped to restaurants and institutions nationwide. They were produced from June 19th to October 8th, so they could still be in consumers' fridges or freezers. Still ahead on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6:30. Our Stacey Lee returns with a peek to your upcoming weekend forecast as we leave you to break. Live picture from Yakima as the sun is starting to set. We'll be right back.
Hello there. Watch Live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Award-winning country music icon, Joe D. Messina. Heads Carolina, Tails California Tour. Saturday, October 12th, 8 p.m. Legends Casino Hotel Toppenish. On sale now at Ticketmaster and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Joe D. Messina. Heads Carolina, Tails California Tour. Saturday, October 12th, 8 p.m. Legends Casino Hotel Toppenish.
Let Quantum Legal protect you and be your champion on the legal battleground. Whether it's a fight for justice in the face of criminal accusations, personal injury claims, or workplace accidents, Quantum Legal is your unwavering ally. An aggressive offense is your greatest defense. Quantum Legal is the sword and shield you've been seeking. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Here at the clinic, we offer our medical weight loss program. Diabetes, and more broadly, insulin resistance, is a highly inflammatory state that increases our risk of cardiovascular disease, cancer, as well as Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative diseases.
Basically, it's the lack of awareness about what's creating that weight. There's lots of psychological aspects to that, so that where you come to is to a more centered place of feeling good and connected and positive about yourself, self-confidence.
You have access to over 100 weekly group fitness classes, top-notch fitness facilities, cutting-edge scientific therapies integrated into your program, and dedicated coaches rooting for your success. We also offer options for pharmaceutical assistance. We create patient-specific game plans centered around the 7 essential elements, which are sleep, nutrition, atmosphere, breathing, movement, thought, and purpose.
So rather than just focus, it's not dieting, and it's not focused on dieting, and that's not what we do here at Pacific Clinic. It's mind, body, physical, emotional, mental, and the combination of all of those things. And I think that makes us tremendously different than any of the other programs out there.
To get started, call 509-783-5465 and schedule an appointment with a client advocate today.
Looking for a new appliance but don't want to wait weeks for delivery? At Fred's Appliance, our Get It Today inventory makes sure you don't have to. Thanks to our fully stocked warehouses, we have a vast selection of appliances ready for you right now. From refrigerators to washing machines, ovens to dryers, you name it, we have it ready to go. No more waiting, no more delays. Just the appliance you need when you need it. Fred's Appliance. If we advertise it, we've got it. Visit any of our showrooms and get your new appliance today.
Next extra, Sabrina Carpenter's meteoric rise to pop queen. From her fashion to her hot Hollywood romance, how she's following Taylor's lead. Next extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Let's bring you the latest and up-to-date information about Hurricane Milton. It is the strongest hurricane ever in the Gulf of Mexico this late in the season, and so far we know it has caused at least 14 deaths. It came ashore as a Category 3 and weakened to a Category 1 as it went through the state. Everyone thought the storm surge would cause the worst havoc, but as of right now, it looks like the winds did most of the damage. A wave of tornadoes are blamed for several fatalities. Some areas did see a surge of more than 5 feet over normal high tides. Damage is still being assessed and rescue missions are still going on all over the impact area.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And I don't know about you, but I'm ready for the weekend. Dust Devil Sky Cam looking good, getting dark. Look at the lights on. Traffic is good this evening. 60 degrees and mostly clear skies, but we are starting to see a little bit of cloud cover tonight. Winds light at 8 miles per hour. Our sunset at 6:18. Let's take a peek at our satellite and radar. Not a lot going on. However, this cloud cover is what I'm paying attention to. Kind of like we had yesterday, we have more clouds moving in, not bringing any moisture, just kind of making us a little bit, overcast or gloomy. And you'll see those clouds continue to build up and move through the area tonight. You'll have little bits of sunshine on and off, and our futurecast is showing a little bit of a stray shower. I don't believe that that is going to be the case, though. We're going to stay dry tomorrow, just a little bit cloudy on futurecast, and then we'll clear up in time for our Saturday. So looking good there. Now, the reason I talk about the clouds tonight is northern lights once again possible through the area, but with that cloud cover, you might have to head up north to actually catch a view of those, and make sure you use a camera. Your naked eye typically can't see those, but we could see them pretty well the other night right in the Tri-Cities and all around the Pacific Northwest. Here's our setup today. We've got those cooler temperatures, and we continue to see that cold trend moving to the east and all that heat, record heat moving to the east, and we still have record heat in the south. And I bring this up because I've got friends and family members that are snowbirds, as they call them, heading to the south, and it's going to be hot down there, so maybe they want to stay home for a little bit longer. 60s for us through Friday, and then we're going to climb up into the 70s and then back on down to the 60s by the middle of next week. Temperatures are cool tonight, 30s and 40s in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, 41 in Yakima, 39 in Sunnyside. We're going to stay in the 40s here in the Columbia Basin, 43 for Hermiston, 41 in Tri-Cities. Walla Walla and Milton Freewater both 44 degrees, as well as Dayton, 40 overnight in Pendleton. So look for cloudy skies with some sun breaks tomorrow. Not a bad looking day, pretty mild temperatures out there. We're going to stay in the 60s, just under 70 degrees for most of our area. If you're hitting the road, it's going to be a pleasant travel weekend, beautiful in the mountains. Go get those last out of your system hikes out of the way before the snow and the cold weather comes. Nice coast weather on Saturday, and then we have a chance of rain on the coast on Sunday. Looking very mild in Seattle. Should be a beautiful weekend there with temperatures sitting in the 70s. A little bit warmer in the Portland area, but also very nice, and actually some record highs for this time of year in the Spokane area with temperatures in the mid and upper 70s. Here's what it looks like on your 7-day planning forecast, and Indigenous Peoples Day is on Monday. Looking like a great forecast there. Here's Ellensburg. Beautiful there for the weekend with temperatures decreasing next week with some showers possible by the middle of the week. And once those temperatures start heading down in those 60s and 50s, they might just stay there for the rest of the month of October. There's what it looks like in the Tri-Cities. Going to be a great weekend here. Walla Walla, gorgeous weather all weekend long. Monday, 77 warm, 50% chance of rain on Wednesday. And then in Hermiston, we also see a beautiful weekend with those showers. A little bit less of a chance there, but more than likely we might see a little bit of rain for the first time in quite a while, Austin. So
we'll take it.
This weekend, the pumpkin patch, go hike the hills that you want to go see before the summer, before fall gets cold and so on. So get outdoors.
All right, thank you so much. Coming up next, we're talking about a UW biochemist who's making national headlines. That story when we come back.
Should we take a look at? What do you think?
So here,
from design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $500 off your tub or shower remodel.
Board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Sam Strebel provides the full spectrum of orthopedic care.
A lot of times when I talk to patients, they're in so much pain that they can't do their hobbies. We can use the machine to balance the knee before we make any bony resections, and then that will hopefully translate to a faster recovery and a better, more natural feeling knee.
To learn more about services including robotic joint replacement at Prosser Orthopedic Center, visit prosserhealth.org.
I had surgery as a child that I barely remember, but decades later, the insurance company called that a pre-existing condition and denied me long-term care insurance. Washington State created a long-term care benefit to help millions of people like me afford the care we need. But I-2124 will take that benefit away, leaving millions with no way to get or afford long-term care. If it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody. That's why we all have to vote no on I-2124.
Fall into $140,000 in cash and prizes this autumn at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. We're giving away up to $13,000 in cash and prizes every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Then fall into $10,000 cash during the semi-grand prize drawing on Saturday, October 26th. Keep playing in November for your chance to drive away in a brand new Kia Telluride on November 23rd. Jumpstart your fall at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. More winners, more often.
The 4-day holiday clearance is on now at Walker's.
Take advantage of special pricing on quality furniture throughout the store. Or say yes to no interest, no minimum purchase, and no money down financing.
Today through Monday at Walker's.
Jared Sessler is Mr. 30%. Sessler wants a 30% national sales tax on everything. New house? Under Sessler's plan, you pay 30% more. New car? 30% more. Bacon, eggs, milk? 30%. Healthcare, gas, electric, cell phone bills? You pay 30% more. Jared Sessler, Mr. 30%. Is there anything he won't tax? National Interest Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
To celebrate the Kraken on Apple Valley News Now, we're giving you a chance to win Kraken swag. To enter, click on contests at applevalleyNewsNow.com. One person each month wins the swag from Yakima Federal Savings and Loan, Legends Casino Hotel, and Prosser Memorial Health.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
ET and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra. Welcome back. A University of Washington biochemist was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in Chemistry. Well, the Nobel Prize, I should say. Seattle native Dr. David Baker got the call from Sweden yesterday.
That's right. The prize comes from a process of designing a protein on the computer, then creating it in the lab. Designing these synthetic proteins took years to develop, and their purpose is to solve big problems like cancer. The synthetic proteins can specifically target cancer cells while leaving healthy cells alone.
And yeah, this is, I think, really a prize for all of us. We get the proteins out and then we determine whether they actually do what we wanted them to do. I think for me, the challenge is to pick important problems I think can be solved by a brilliant person.
The researcher who was working with Dr. Baker said they knew it was not if, but when he would win the Nobel Prize.
Hey, Amazon is expanding its same-day prescriptions delivery.
That's right. By the end of 2025, its pharmacy network will reach 45% of Amazon customers across the U.S. The company says it's adding 20 new smaller pharmacies that will be embedded in the Amazon same-day delivery sites. Those are not physical locations where customers can walk in. Instead, they're highly automated pharmacy fulfillment sites overseen by a team of licensed pharmacists and pharmacy techs. Right now, Oregon and Washington are not on the list, but hopefully we'll be on there soon.
It could happen.
Yes.
Yeah, I know so many people love just, you know, getting the prescriptions.
I get my app.
Yeah, it's so easy. Times are changing. All right, we're going to come on back and have a final look at weather and the viewer photo of the day.
It's coming up next.
Across our state, we have roads and bridges in desperate need of repair. But Initiative 2117 would make things even worse, slashing funding for infrastructure, putting all of us at risk. 2117 is a bad deal for Washington.
phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic. Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else. Ironic. Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less. That's ironic. Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Traffic jam. Ugh, and I'm already late.
Women, were you exposed to Dactyl while you were pregnant? Infant birth defects are caused by this toxic weed killer used in farming, landscaping, and gardening. As a result, the EPA has asked agricultural workers to stop using Dactyl, also known as DCPA. If you or your child was injured by Dactyl, protect your rights for compensation. Call Whites and Luxembourg today at 917-LAWYERS to learn more. That's 917-LAWYERS.
Apples are the pride of Washington's agricultural economy. When India put on the retaliatory tariff, we were basically dead in the market. Thanks to Maria Cantwell stepping in and getting that tariff removed, we're up to 2 million boxes and we're climbing steadily. It's a huge difference for the industry. Maria Cantwell is effective because she works with both parties to get things done for our industry.
I'm Maria Cantwell, and I approve this message because I'll keep taking on powerful interests to get things done.
The Walker's 4-day clearance sale is going on now, where you can enjoy store-wide discounts while they last, with clearance deals up to 70% off.
Or you can pay over time with 0% interest until 2029, with no down payment and no minimum purchase.
Get that new furniture you've been wanting and save big at the 4-day clearance sale.
Going on now at Walker's.
Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, home decor, and all things fall. We're unique and we're here for all of life's occasions. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
For us, protecting the land means everything. It's our homestead and legacy. But Initiative 2117 puts our air and water at risk, and cuts to transportation funding will make it harder to move products. 2117 is a bad deal for Washington.
Kraken, Wild, pregame at 4:30, Saturday on MeTV.
We have another cool viewer photo of the day.
That's right. Come take a look at your screen. We love these photos. There we got the crescent moon and Venus over Blaylock Island. I'm not sure where Blaylock Island is.
Yeah, I know. I was just
think
wondering.
that's out on the Columbia-Patterson area.
Okay.
In the Columbia River. So thanks, Larry, for capturing that photo. It's great. Remember to get your photo on our airwaves there, that QR code on the right side of your screen, or simply go to applevalleyNewsNow.com, click the weather tab, and you can see where right there is where you can upload your photo. So thanks for doing that. All right, let's take a look at our bottom line on the weather. Again, chilly temperatures tonight and tomorrow. The 60s remain, I should say. Mild and seasonal weekend is going to be lovely for all of the Pacific Northwest, but we will start to see some clouds moving in if you're heading like to the Oregon coast. I was kind of checking that. I haven't been to the Oregon coast for a while. Maybe I'm kind of wishing I was going. All right, let's take a look at tomorrow. Cold out the door. Going to need a coat, sweater, layer up. It's going to be a little bit cool by lunchtime, but very nice and pleasant. And most of the clouds should move out, but a little bit overcast for your day tomorrow. And once again, a sneak peek at that 7-day planner. Look at those temperatures for the weekend. I'm loving that. Here's what it looks like in Walla Walla and Hermiston.
All right, thank you so much. And thank you for joining us here at 6. Updates at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Austin Reed with Stacey Lee, hoping your news is good news.
And you have a great night.